Alright everybody, welcome back to Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. How you doing today? I'm your host Veracitytrigger, and I'm going to be talking about Xi'on, who is of shinobi origins. Never mind the flag background.
And as usual, stay triggered. Pew pew, pew.
Xi'on, I think I'm saying that right. If not, correct me. Otherwise, I'm going to keep saying Xi'on all day. So, what is she? She is actually from the shinobi tribe. I thought for a while that she was an extra add-on, but she is shinobi, so we will include her in the shinobi roster here. So, Xi'on is a female, age 25, temple knight, a spear user from the far side of the continent. While traveling Runersia on a training tour, she encountered Carla, the shinobi's top spear user, and lost to her in a fight she herself initiated. Moved by Carla's incredible strength, she chose to join shinobi in the war and plans to return home only after making a name for herself on the battlefield. She prefers a fair fight and is terrible at dealing with dirty tactics. Okay, so she's a fair kind of woman. So, she has a spear, heavy armor, heavy helmet, and a ring. What you get with her, as a temple knight, you get parry, a B, 15% chance to parry normal attacks and skills from a single enemy, and triggered damage is reduced by 50%. So 15% chance to block 50% of the damage, essentially. You got counter damage of a B. This is just absolutely awesome for Lancers. Lancers are so good in this game. They really did a great job at rounding out Lancers. In the previous game, they were kind of okay. It's more like a backline user. Now, absolutely frontline user. You don't get to throw the spear like you used to in Grand Edition, or I want to say the previous. The Legend of Forsini could throw a spear too. You don't get to throw a spear, but you do get a lot. You can level up very quickly as these characters here. So basic attack for the middle of the road Temple Knight is a heavy thrust, power 115, accuracy of 8, normal attack, same thing. You get 2 pre-moves here. Airy Rush is major damage to a single adjacent enemy unit. This is a single attack. It's like spinning around and stabbing 3 times. It has a boost up to 160% for its power or potency ratio, plus 18 accuracy and 2 blue dots, and it does cost you 50 MP. So it's not cheap comparison, because as you can see over there on the MP, it's 130. So right now she can only get 2 usages out of that, and that's it. So you got to be careful where you're going to use this. Tanking is a must. Pain Slice deals minor damage to all units within a 1 hex radius. Now this is a lowered powered attack, but it's free as far as no counter damage. Now, you're going to hit everything around you, which means you can't have your allies around you. Any ally around you will get hit, so if you're okay with that and you think your ally can survive it, or it's not going to affect the rest of your battle gameplay, go ahead and try it. I do this with Vikings. This is kind of like the female version of what the Viking does, okay? It doesn't cost much, but you can never, ever, ever be countered. There is no counter ability for the enemies to do to you. So you can just do this all day long, let them attack you, take that counter damage up of A, and just keep pain slicing through the day as much as you want. It is a pre-move, so make sure you plant yourself probably squarely in the middle of the battlefield, or in a really good flanking position where you're coming up on the right or on the left and you're about to overtake them. And I would say, yeah, you can handle a lot of damage, but just keep a healer somewhat nearby. You will need to heal. I know that's a fact. They do tank well, but heals are a must. Okay, so next up on the list, Resist. Basically, it's Ward, spell Ward from the previous game. Grand Edition, so it's like Protect, but for magic. 4 hex radius, does cost 49 MP. You can put on anybody you want. Spell Break. Now, this is a really interesting one. It says it doesn't affect Veil, but it actually just knocks Veil off, so it does affect Veil, essentially. It dispels any buffs or debuffs from any unit at all. Yours, the enemies, whatever you want to do. The game developers didn't really make a good effort as to making sure it was just the enemies. So you could do this on yourself if you want. But it's really just for debuffs and buffs like weakness and stuff like that that you need spell buff for. But that's pretty much it for Xi'on. There's not much else to talk about her. She's a 3D seer like we see here. I didn't really cover the hit points and the attack. Her hit points can get pretty good. Her agility, I believe, can get pretty good too. But like, you know, most 3D seers, it's just kind of the Project Knight sort of run-of-the-mill. It's not really terrible, and it's not very good. So try her out, you know, try her out if you want to try her out. She's an extra knight to use. Let me know if you've got her up there. She's one of those Project Knights I've never really tampered with to see how good she could be, but maybe you will. And tell me in the comments down below. All right, thanks for watching, and remember, this is a Shinobi Knight, at least from what the text tells me. If I find out I'm wrong on that, then I got to redo this whole thing. Oh my gosh.